YouTube, hello, how you doing? Hope everything's well. I hope you guys are getting ready to enjoy Christmas, or if you're watching this after Christmas, I hope you had a great Christmas. Today this is part 2 of the how to drive manual, and again, I hope the first video is very informative. I'm really trying to do this off the cuff, and it's becoming more difficult than I thought, trying to teach it off the cuff rather than someone giving me cues if they understand or not. But like I said before, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section if there's something that I didn't explain well. I'll be glad to better explain it for those of you who, you know, kind of struggle with what I'm saying. So without further ado, we're going to get in here and continue on with the lesson of driving the manual. So here we are. As you can see, we are in the 2022 GR86 now, and not the 2021 MX-5 Miata. So I am so glad to be back in this car. I do love my Miata, but you guys already know how I feel about the 8.6. So the tachometer, that is pretty much everything. The lesson today will be shifting, because I think ultimately you guys will be doing just fine once you now that you understand the gears. Each gear just add a 0 to it, knowing when to shift, because this is going to give you the speed. I actually like the 8.6 layout because the speed is right in the middle, so you know, if you can't see that, then you probably shouldn't be driving. You know how fast you're going, and you know the RPMs. The RPMs is swinging around, you know, a circle, so it's very easy to read. I think this one would be very difficult for you guys, but you should already know in track mode, you should already know how to drive manual. So this is very easy to read, and very, you know, baby proof, I would say. So for me and you guys today, since you already know what the gears do, now you just need to understand right now is clutch. So my clutch is pretty light for the base model GR86. I think for the premium too, I don't think they changed the clutch any, but some clutches are heavier than others. I know my WRX was pretty heavy compared to this one, but what you need to learn is the bite point of the car and what gets your car going out of gear. For example, if you want to get out of gear going in first, put the seatbelt on first, just for you know, safety always paramount, guys. Safety is always paramount. Seatbelt. Okay, I'm clutched in, and now I'm going to control the RPMs. See that? A little over 1100 will get this car going for sure once I start easing up on the clutch. The reason why I'm not going anywhere is because I still have the clutch fully engaged. The car is not going to go anywhere. So now that I want to go somewhere, pull the e-brake down so I can go somewhere, and hazards are off. Give the car about 1100. This is all pedal control. You could practice this in your parking lot anywhere. Learn how to control the pedal. If you can do this, you can drive a car. So I keep it at 1100. I ease up on the clutch at the same time. Where am I not going? Oh, look at that. See, even somebody like me makes a mistake. I'm not even in gear. I'm gonna keep that on there too. I could just exit, you know, wipe it out, but I'm gonna keep it there. Get in gear first. Even the teacher messes up sometimes. Now, ease up. Now see, up. Magic, it's going. Holy crap, we're rolling now. So you just keep it at 1100, maintaining speed, and being that I'm going down the hill, I'm pushing right. So being that I'm going down the hill, I let gravity do its work. When I'm on the hill, sometimes I don't even put it in gear. I just let it roll, and you know, I do keep the the clutch engaged just due to me having to shift, you know, dealing with traffic. So I just let the car roll, and instead of being in one, being that the car is already in motion, this is what you can do. Just go into two, ease up off the clutch, and the RPMs will catch itself, and then you could just use the gas to do what you need to do. Now that I'm going a little bit faster, I'm at 3,000 RPM. Right now it's safe to shift, but you could also stay in this gear if you would want to. If you one of those fuel efficient nuts, just shift up, you'll be fine. Heck, you can even go to fourth from here if you want. I'm in fourth. So again, you can see my MPGs kind of go all over the place, but they're going up. The average is going up. So this is a good way to be a little bit more fuel efficient. I don't drive like this normally, and you probably won't either. Once you kind of, especially for you beginners, you won't drive like that, but it's always a safe way to kind of go about driving. Now on a turn, I usually clutch in, let it roll, especially on a turn that's as sharp as what I just took, and just put it in two. It's 30 mile an hour speed limit. Put the car in two and push up to about 25, 26. And once I'm close to 30, clutch in, go to three. Remember, 3 for 30, right? So now we're in 30 miles an hour. You're good. This is the speed limit. You know you're in 30 miles just fine. It's the perfect fit. So kind of roll up the hill. Now again, on the twisty roads, I'm not telling you to speed, okay? But you can kind of give the car a little bit of gas, have a little bit of fun, look around. Make sure you keep your eyes to the end of that corner, just in case somebody's around, because you got joggers and stuff that'll like to jog on roads that they shouldn't be jogging on. So you always have to make sure that you compensate for others. And that's what's good about, you know, driving a manual transmission, being able to control the car the way you need to control it, and just being engaged in general, I think will prevent more accidents than anything. And that's why I really want a lot of people to learn how to drive a manual, because the fun part of driving this car, of driving a manual transmission, is not only the engagement, but the control that you have over all your skills, and you can still learn them. I'm a firm believer that you can never learn everything about driving, because there's always something that you can perfect, because nobody's a perfect driver. There are fast ones, there are slow ones, there are good ones, there are bad ones, but you also got to remember that there's a variable out there that you necessarily can't control, and that's other people's driving. So to better suit yourself and saving your life and everybody else's life, you're driving engaged when you're driving a manual. So right here, I'm at a complete stop. There's a guy. I'm kind of on the hill. Here's you anti-hill guys. Make sure 1100 RPM. Let go of that clutch real quick. Well, I wouldn't say real quick, but simultaneously quick. But again, that will go back to learning where your bite point is on the clutch. Once you figure that out, it won't take that long. And again, I'm at 33, 35. I'm good here. You know, I believe the speed limit is still 35 here. Maybe a little bit faster, but this guy's not really, I'm looking at my rear view. He's not really on my butt, indicating that I should be going faster. And then thanks to Waze, the speed limit is 35. So I'm good, we're good. We're going at a safe speed, and you know, we just continue here. Now, again, being that, also recognize the signs that you see up here when you're going somewhere, especially if you're not familiar with an area. These driveways, cars can always come out and they don't see you. Maybe they don't have the sensors or anything like that, but you always got to pay attention to your wherever side you're on. When you see that sign that has a driveway on it, just look up and just be cautious about it. Be aware that it's coming up, and just be ready to use your instincts at that point to you know, brace yourself if you have to brake suddenly with the big SUV coming up, because it's usually a big car backing up like that and they don't see you. That's usually what happens, at least in my experience. And that's something that I can't necessarily teach. It's just something that only builds over time with instincts. Like, for example, when I was teaching my daughters, well, I still teach them, you know, how to drive the car and everything like that. They know how to do this. They know how to shift and everything like that. And I can even go in 5 here. Again, for you fuel efficient aficionados, you know, here, I'm saving gas. I could probably push about 30 miles a gallon here. But, you know, when I teach them, they kind of know the basics now. It's just, at this point, you got to develop instincts. And the only way you're going to develop instincts on the vehicle is getting out there and driving. There's nothing that any teacher or instructor can teach you if you don't develop your instincts. Because we could teach you how to do something, but at the same time, it's difficult, because if you can get the concept, but then you can still fail because you don't necessarily have the instincts or the skills or the twitchiness of saying somebody coming out of a driveway, and you know, you can't catch them, you can't save them by you braking fast enough. But you know, that also that's one of the downsides of driving, because you can it's hard to compensate, I guess. It's hard to explain, but I think it's just hard to compensate unless you get out there and you learn how traffic reacts to you on the road. And for me, I'm always at a 2-3 car limit length when I'm driving with kids and everything like that. But when I'm alone, I'm a little bit more aggressive. Just because I'm confident. I mean, not saying that's a good thing, but I'm a little bit more aggressive, especially in this car and the Miata, because I know where my car is and I know what I need to do, and I know how to compensate for others. And I don't feel like I'm endangering myself, but you know, to each his own. And I would say at this point, I could go into in-depth advanced tips, which I probably will on the next video, but I just needed to get you guys to shift and get you guys rolling. So as you can see here, I'm in 2. At this point, it's just regular driving. Clutch in, let go of the clutch, and it'll go right in gear, and you just ease on the pedal simultaneously. This is how your feet should be doing. You should be clutch in with your foot up. Then once you clutch out, it should almost be simultaneously footing, like you know, a synergy, like a pedal dance, you know. And some people would say pedal dancing, heel toe, and it is like a heel toe downshift and all that. But I would say pedal dance in general, it's like playing a piano when you're driving the car, because you know, you kind of have to simultaneously work with your other foot. So, but only, obviously it's only for the clutch, but hey, you know, you're still kind of using both. But for me, I think you guys can get on the road. At this point, you just got to get on the road and learn with the traffic, and learn you know, when to shift. Obviously, you know the speed limits, you see them. Just know when to shift, and then pedal control. And remember that the clutch is only used for one thing, and that's shifting those gears. Other than that, do not use the clutch, because you'll burn it out, or you'll destroy it, really. And I think that's all I got for this video. I think I will do some advanced tips on shifting in another video, but I think for now you guys can at least get these tools and get on the road. And always remember, fellas, be safe. Be safe out there. For those of you who are very new and haven't driven at all, like no license type new, like my kids, try to do a lot of this stuff when you know there's no traffic around. I mean, you've been in your neighborhood long enough, I'm sure, where you know that there's no traffic at a specific time. You try to get out there and give it a shot. Just say, hey, dad or mom or whoever, you know, if you do got your first car and all that, just get out there and practice. Or if your mom has the stick or something, like, hey, I want to go practice shifting. Like I said, most of this stuff can be done in a parking lot, but the only way to hone your instincts is to get out there in the real environment against real traffic. And if you got to put that sticker on, you know, that new driver sticker, do it. To be honest with you and myself, it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, I don't put the sticker on when I'm teaching the kids, but I do throw those hazards on real quick when I feel like that they're getting a little nervous. So I'll throw those hazards on and I'll kind of look for them and kind of help them out, because I do want them to learn, but I also don't want them to kill themselves or kill me. So with that being said, I do appreciate the new subscribers, everybody, and showing all love in the comment section. I appreciate that, and it keeps me wanting to produce content for y'all. And like I said, I probably will produce an advanced tips video, like some heel toe downshifting, if you guys want to see that. I don't do heel toe too much, but I do a variance of it, because basically what I do is you know, produces the same results, I guess. So with that being said, fellas, like, comment, and subscribe if you dig the content, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.